guys, Brian here with Stogie Review, IPCPR 2018. We're here with the fellows from Royal Agio, Boris and Jaime. How's it going, guys?
Oh, pretty good.
Excellent.
Pretty good. Good afternoon.
Yeah, it's the first day of the show, so it's how busy has it been here? Is it too early in the show to have a gauge on that, or?
Well, I think it's almost 12 o'clock, so we had 1.5 hours.
All right, so you should know for sure now, right?
No, man. It's I'm glad we had a couple of minutes now.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Yeah,
it
can be tough. You get the initial rush of people, and there's just stampeding all over the place. But so I hear you guys might have made a new cigar or two, and brought those along to the show. What do you want to tell us about those?
Well, first off, we've already had introduced the Balmoral Anejo XO a couple of years ago, and we've been working since then hard, and we have now finished a couple of new blends, which is awesome. Really excited about it. I have a wider setup now, but most importantly, different taste directions that are just very exciting.
Some more options.
So yeah, definitely. And what we do is we make cigars to excite. So it took us a couple of years, and I'm excited about it to share it. The first one is the Connecticut XO, a brand new Connecticut, and it is, I think, unlike any other Connecticut. It's not just a mild cigar, it's a bit more than mild, but it's got great complexity. So for Connecticut smokers, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be different, but also for seasoned cigar aficionados, it's going to be interesting because it has complexity and different layers. We actually used some American tobacco in the filler as well.
I saw that. I think it says Pennsylvania leaf that you put in there.
Yeah, right.
I like that you have all of the information on the inside of the box. That's very exciting to see, because a lot of times that's what the end consumer is missing, is information about what they're smoking. You know.
Yeah. So no secrets there, and I wish everybody good luck if you want to copy it. But it's you know, it's in the details, of course, always, and what tobacco lots you have and how well they are aged. And on that point of aging, actually we use a binder here that has that originated from, I think, 99.
From 99.
So yeah. So if you're talking about exceptionally old, XO, this tobacco has been aging for 19 years, the binder specifically, and all the other tobaccos have been probably aged for a long time as well. That's something that stands out. And the next one we have is the Balmoral Oscuro, which is a very nice addition because it offers a completely different taste than the XO that you already know, with the Brazilian wrapper. This has a San Andres wrapper, and it's got different layers of complexity. Also that very noticeable sweetness that we have in all the different lines. We use a lot of Brazilian Mata Norte, and that's really a specific tobacco that's almost proprietary to us, because we buy about 95% of that crop.
Yeah, you're big consumers of the Brazilian tobacco.
Yeah, and especially that stock cut Mata Norte, which offers that extra layer of sweetness. So you get the complexity, you get nice balance, and a very specific taste that not many other people have.
So with being stock cut, how does that change the flavor? What does that give to the tobacco that the normal harvesting?
Yeah, no, so you get some of the juice that remains in the stem, and during the curing, that's quite a difference. And to us, that adds the Brazilian tobacco is already a bit sweet by nature and earthy, and that's the way they always did it. So that's how that Mata Fina and the Mata Norte has grown to be quite famous.
So it turns the flavor volume knob up to 11, is what you're saying by stock cutting it?
Well, it spreads the flavor differently. You get a different curing of the whole of all the leaves together, because it remains some of the juice inside. And well, to do a proper comparison, you probably have to compare it one to the next and see what happens. But this is the traditional way they always did it, and so
that's pretty typical for that tobacco.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at in terms of retail prices on these two here?
Well, the same prices as the XO. So that's Jaime. That's
from call it about $875 or so, $850 for the Petit Robusto, all the way up to, let's say, about $1150 for the Torpedo MK52. So it's going to be in line with the current Brazilian wrapper, the Arapiraca wrapper line. And all the same 5 sizes. Right, so Petit Robusto, Corona, Rothschild Massivo, and the 5x55, the Gran Toro, and then the Torpedo.
How soon can we expect to see these in shops?
It's gonna be, what was it?
Yeah, we'll be shipping. Yeah, well, the Oscuro, we expect to be shipping that by mid-August, and the Connecticut just a little bit longer, early September.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, last but not least, is the cooperation with Ernesto Perez Carrillo, which is a very interesting project because we combined two different, say, flavor profiles or blending philosophies into one.
Sure.
So that was exciting. And for us, it's always about, you know, trying out new stuff and asking ourselves the question: what if we tried something completely new, outside of the box, and taking the you could say elegant robustness of the EPC blends together with our sophisticated complexity and the smoothness. Bringing those worlds together for us was a journey of discovery to see how we can make something else that's not out there yet. And I think in the end we achieved something, given that has the Cubanesque kind of taste, a lot of Nicaraguan flavor profile, but then added with that Mata Norte flavor profile that is so specific. So now you get something that is, I think, the best of both worlds. And it took a while, but we finished something. It was exciting to blend together on this
How did that come
Dueto.
How did that come about? Did you just have the idea? Did they approach you? I mean, how did you, the collaboration idea?
That's a good question, because sometimes you forget how did it all start.
Exactly.
And I have to go back in my memory, how did it all start? You know, so many ideas, and all of a sudden you're sitting at the table
Exactly.
and you're doing new stuff, you know, inspiring each other. And the thing we share both is, and that's the awesome thing, is the curiosity. Let's say,
Sure.
I just mentioned the question, what if? What if we would try something else? And Ernesto had the same curiosity and excitement on discovering new stuff. So that's what really brought us together at the table. And we just decided to see, you know, start on this journey and see where it ends.
So that's kind of an exciting collaboration for me, because a lot of times you have collaborations. It's like, well, this factory or these guys in Nicaragua are collaborating with these guys in Nicaragua or these guys in the Dominican Republic.
Right.
We've got them collaborating with you on, you know, another continent completely, you know, in a completely kind of a different. You have a completely different background, a completely different way of looking at tobacco and the way what tobaccos you prefer.
Yeah.
That's an exciting collaboration, because that's not something you've seen before.
No,
So-
you get the synergies, right? So we learn from each other, and that's the exciting thing. That and it's, you know, always looking for inspiration from the outside, and that for us both was a nice trip. So we discovered both of the sides of blending philosophies, and well, that's what it's all about. You know, there's not much new tobacco on the world. You know, it's, despite what you might think, there's not a new tobacco every year that's new and exciting. It's the blending that you know, finding those right crops, the cream of the crop, so to speak, making new blends, adjustments, small adjustments, and taking a different approach to blending. You know what it is? It's so tobacco by itself, by nature, it's a natural product. So from one year to the next year, it's going to change.
Sure.
So and I think that's where you need the knowledge and the experience from, combining all those things, and that's when you get a new product. It's not some kind of wonder magical tobacco that has not been there for the last 10 years or whatever. That brings you the excitement.
Suddenly discovered in the back.
The secret is in the blend, and then
So
But
speaking,
what's interesting too, Brian, is while they're you know, continent apart, remember they're neighbors also, right? In terms of the factory in San Pedro de Macorís, which is where our boutique factory is set. So at the same time, they're really neighbors. So it's a really nice collaboration between very passionate boutique cream cigar makers from the Dominican Republic.
that is a good point. But yeah, your tastes, what Agio has always done, what you bring to cigars, plus what he brings to cigars, are very different. So I think very different takes of tobacco. That's the exciting
different
part.
angles.
Yeah.
And also Ernesto, he's got a lot of legacy. I mean, he's a blending master. He's been around for decades, and we've been around for 114 years now. So we've got our experience. He's got his experience. Bring that together and see what magic he can create.
So what can
So that's the Dueto, and that's why it's called the Dueto. It's in the Series Signaturas, which is a signature series. It's a collaboration line that we started, and this one is not going to be limited in a way that we're just going to bring it out in a single run. It's going to be limited in volume, that's for sure. But so it's not a one-time limitado.
So what composition-wise, what tobaccos do we have in that?
We have a selection of different Nicaraguan tobaccos and a Brazilian tobacco. So
Again,
predominantly Nicaraguan. Yeah.
Okay. And what are we looking at in terms of price points?
Well, basically the same prices as the Anejo XOs.
Okay.
But then we have a couple of different
Vitolas,
larger Vitolas. So on average it might be a little bit higher, but say if you compare a Robusto to a Robusto, it's going to be the same price.
Is that
So what was it?
Yeah, so the range here with the Dueto is going to be somewhere from I think the 925 range up to probably 1250.
Okay.
And that's because we have a Gordo 6x60 included in there, and also a 7x49 Churchill.
If you're blending with Ernesto, you have to have a 6x60, right? I mean, you have to have
I
a
think
larger
it's
ring gauge.
par for the course,
He's the godfather
Yeah.
of large ring gauges.
That's
So.
right.
That's right.
That's right.
Are we going to see that in like August, or is that going to be a little further out?
You're looking at that one also probably early September
Early September
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
we're
this is the
excited.
first time we've presented the whole line. So we've expanded. We've been busy and lots of exciting new stuff.
Oh, it does open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's give you a nice sense of what it looks like inside.
Especially like the artwork as well.
You've got the Vitola, the size, the ring gauge in there. That's nice. That information, I love that. And you worked it in there with a nice presentation.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's meant to also bring to life the vibrancy of Ernesto's blending style as well, as you can tell in terms of a lot of the creative that we've incorporated. So it's a true intersection between Boris's blending philosophy as well as Ernesto's. So we're
Great.
excited for everyone to try that as well.
We are looking forward to it. Thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to us, guys. Really
Pleasure.
appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Thanks for the time as always.
Yeah, thank you.